Hello, I'm Alex Hare, and I welcome you to Australian Archives, a program of musical items featuring Australian artists of note and taken from the archives. And away we go with another program of Australian Archives, and we lead off this edition with a 1958 Kingsley cardboard record, made in Melbourne in that year, 1958. June Hamilton and David Stirl from Lerner & Lowe's My Fair Lady, Wouldn't It Be Lovely?
All I want is a room somewhere far away from the cold night air, with one enormous chair. Oh, wouldn't it be lovely? Lots of chocolate for me to eat, lots of coal making lots of eat, warm face, warm hands, warm feet. Oh, wouldn't it be lovely? Oh, so lovely, sitting absolutely still. I would never budge till spring crept over me windowsill. Someone's head resting on my knee, warm and tender as he can be, who takes good care of me. Oh, wouldn't it be lovely? Lovely,
All I want is a room somewhere far away from the cold night air, with one enormous chair.
oh, wouldn't it be lovely?
Lots of chocolate for me to eat, lots of coal making lots of eat, warm face, warm hands, warm feet.
Oh, wouldn't it be lovely? Oh, so lovely, sitting absolutely still. I would never budge till spring crept over me windowsill. Someone's head resting on my knee, warm and tender as he can be, who takes good care of me. Oh, wouldn't it be lovely?
Lovely,
Lovely,
lovely.
wouldn't it be lovely?
This is Dorothea McKellar. My country, the love of field and coppice, of green shaded lanes, of ordered woods and gardens is running in your veins. Strong love of grey-blue distance, brown streams and soft dim skies. I know but cannot share it. My love is otherwise. I love a sunburnt country, a land of sweeping plains, of ragged mountain ranges, of droughts and flooding rains. I love her far horizons. I love her jewel sea, her beauty and her terror, the wide brown land for me. The tragic ring-barked forests, stark white beneath the moon, the sapphire-misted mountains, the hot gold hush of noon, green tangle of the brushes where lithe lianas coil, and orchids deck the treetops, and ferns the crimson soil. Core of my heart, my country, her pitiless blue sky, winds sick at heart, Around us we see the cattle die, but then the grey clouds gather, and we can bless again the drumming of an army, the steady soaking rain. Core of my heart, my country, land of rainbow gold, for flood and fire and famine she pays us back threefold. Over the thirsty paddocks watch, after many days, the filmy veil of greenness that thickens as we gaze. An opal-hearted country, a wilful, lavish land. All you who have not loved her, you will not understand. Though earth holds many splendors, wherever I may die, I know to what brown country my homing thoughts will fly.
You can't get much more Aussie than that. Dorothea McKellar reading her own tribute to her country, my country. I hope you enjoyed it. And we began our program with June Hamilton and David Stirl, a 1958 Kingsley cardboard records, and we were lucky enough to find the original master tapes for all of the Kingsley recordings, because by now you wouldn't be able to play the cardboard ones that were actually released. They were bad at the time, but thank heavens the tapes were saved. Now let's listen to Pat Hanna. Although born in New Zealand, spent a lot of time in Australia and was very well known and popular here. Here he is with The Gospel According to Racing.
In the spring a young man's fancy lightly turns to thoughts of Gigi's. He riseth up early in the morning and saith unto his neighbour, Behold, there is a certain dark horse out of Nightmare, which hath found great favour in mine eyes. I shall go forth and speculate many talents unto him. For hitherto this horse and the rider thereon hath not had their mind upon the race. But lo, when it was yet early in the morning, and no man was yet about, behold, he springeth off his tail and raceth around the chariot course at so great a speed, that behold, the posts of the telegraph were likened unto the teeth of a comb. Knowing all these things, I shall go forth rejoicing, even in a chariot of benzine, which is likened unto a Morris Oxford. For verily this day shall put me upon my feet. When he had come nigh unto the far distant land of Ascot, behold, a vast multitude had assembled, and the makers of books, even the children of Israel and all their brethren, saw him coming from a great way off. They rejoiced greatly, and he spake unto a certain Levite, saying, What price givest thou me on this son of Nightmare? They answered as in one voice, crying, 100 even unto one. And he speculated unto them many spondulics. And again they called, I lay even on the field. And he answered them, saying, Verily thou art prophets. Thou shalt lay on the field and sleep in the park this night, O my brethren. For when the son of Nightmare rompeth home, mortification shall be made manifest unto the multitude. And a great shout arose thereof, and great was the tumult of the multitude thereon. And a voice arose calling, What is that which is on the rails? And he answered, Whitewash. And again they asked, What are those in a bunch? And he answered, Bananas. When the tumult and the shouting and the thunder of the hoofs had come to pass, behold, there was a horse which was yet coming a great way off. And a voice arose calling, Gettest thou an eyeful of this son of Nightmare, O I beseech thee? Hath he not a leg at each corner and a duster at the back to keep the moths away? Is he not likened unto a slug which is stricken with the lumbago? Didst thou ever see a louse-bitten billy goat which was likened unto him? And he who had gone forth, saying, This day shall put me upon my feet, and it was so, and he walketh home.
Have you heard the Bill, the fluter of the town of Ballymock? The times were going hard with him, in fact the man was broke. So he just sent out a notice to his neighbours one and all, as how he'd like the company that evening at the ball. And when writing out, he was careful to suggest to them that if they found a hat of his convenient to the door, the more they put in whenever he requested them, the better would the music be for battering the floor. With the toot and the flute and the twiddle of the fiddle, oh, hopping in the middle like a heron on the griddle. Oh, up, down, hands around, across and to the wall. Oh, hadn't we the gaiety and Bill the flute's ball? There was Mr. Dennis Doherty who kept the running dog. There was little crooked Paddy from the Tilwood bog. There were boys from every barony and girls from every art, and the beautiful Miss Brady's in a private Hassan cart. And along with them came the bouncing Mrs. Cafferty. Little Mickey Mulligan was also to the fore. Rose Suzanne and Margaret O'Rafferty, the flower of Edmund and the pride of Petherthor. With the toot of the flute and the twiddle of the fiddle, oh, hopping in the middle like a heron on the griddle. Oh, up, down, hands around, across and to the wall. Oh, hadn't we the gaiety and Bill the flute's ball? First, little Mickey Mulligan got up to show them how, and then Louisa Cafferty steps out and makes her bow. I can dance you off your legs, says she, as sure as you will born, if you'll only make the piper play the hare was in the pond. So Phil plays up to the best of his ability. The lady and the gentleman begin to bear their share. Feet and Mick, it's you that has agility. Be gotta, Mrs. Cafferty, you're leaping like a hare. With a toot on the flute and the twiddle of the fiddle, oh, hopping in the middle like a heron on the griddle. Oh, up, down, hands around, across and to the wall. Oh, hadn't we the gaiety and Bill the flute's ball? Then Bill the fluter tipped the wink to little crooked Patch. I think it's nearly time, says he, for passing round the hat. So Paddy passed the cobin round and looked he mighty cute. Says you've got to pay the piper when he toots on the flute. Then all joined in with the greatest joviality, covering the buckle and the shuffle and the cut. Oh, jigs were danced of the very finest quality, but the winner bet the company at handle and the foot. With the toot on the flute and the twiddle on the fiddle, oh, hopping in the middle like a heron on the griddle. Oh, up, down, hands around, across to the wall. Oh, hadn't we the gaiety and Bill the flute was a ball?
James Mavory there with William Flynn's 3DB Orchestra and a transcription from that radio station mid-1950s. Percy French composition Phil the Fluter's Ball, a nice one too. Before that it was Pat Hanra and his own monologue, The Gospel According to Racing. We recorded that one in London in 1934. Now to one of the hillbilly stars of years gone by in Australia, Smilin' Billy Blinkhorn, and his own composition, Poor Ned Kelly.
Let me tell you all a story of a bad man of fame. A dinky-die Aussie, Ned Kelly was his name. Born down in Victoria on 11 Mile Creek. His mother and his father, they were both of them mixed. At 16 years, he was one tough guy. The crimes he committed, oh me, oh my. He'd steal all the horses for miles around, then collect the rewards for them and paint the town. Poor Ned Kelly, a tougher guy you never knew. Poor Ned Kelly, his brothers and his sisters too. The odelay, 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 odelay. He robbed the stations and he robbed the mails. He held up the Bank of New South Wales, had the colonials on the run, shot holes in officers just for fun. Ned and his gang ran fast and free. They bailed up the bank at Jerilderie, captured half the town and locked them away, spent their time in the pub for the rest of the day. Poor Ned Kelly liked his beer, I see, la-di-da-da. Poor Ned Kelly, he ain't got nothing on me. Yodelay, 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 yodelay. Finally they caught him and they threw him in the can. Shot down all his cobbers to the very last man. Tried him and convicted him and wouldn't give him bail. And they hung him to a rafter in the Melbourne jail. Some years have gone since Ned passed away. There's lots of his cobbers carrying on today. What with income tax and wages tax and car tax and the price of taxi cabs and the rent coming due and the beer going up in price, and apart from that, all the things we gotta buy. Well, poor Ned Kelly wasn't such a bad guy. Poor Ned Kelly, it's easier to do today. Poor Ned Kelly, they don't even have to run away. Yodelay, odelo, odelay, odelo, odelay, odelo, dee. Yodelay, odee, olo, dee, dee, dee. Yodelay, odelay, 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 odelo, odelay.
Very nice sound indeed. Bob Gibson's orchestra and a Billy May composition, Gin and Tonic. Not a bad drop at any time. And that was recorded in Sydney on the 16th of June 1957. Before that it was Smilin' Billy Blinkhorn, Poor Ned Kelly. Now let's move on to Jim Davidson's new Palais Royal Orchestra, recording in Sydney on the 1st of November 1933 for the Regal Zonophone label. The Nick LaRocca tune, the original Dixieland One Step. They certainly had a driving beat. Jim Davidson's new Palais Royal Orchestra, November 1933, the original Dixieland one-step. And to close this edition of Australian Archives, it's Gil Desch and his Syncopators, vocalist Len Maurice in September the 1st, actually, 1932, before Zonophone merged with Regal, on the old Purple Regal label. Here they are to give us Waiting for the Robert E. Lee.
Go down to the levee, I said to the levee, and join that shuffling throng. Hear that music and song, it's simply great to me. Waiting on the levee, waiting for the Robert E. Lee.
Nice toe tapper there, featuring Gil Desch and his Syncopators, and Len Maurice, the vocalist. Waitin' for the Robert E. Lee, September 1932. Australian Archives was conceived, prepared and produced by Alex Hare for Golden Days Radio. Thanks for listening, and bye for now.